I'm chronicling the history of Pokemon cards by collecting them and putting them in a binder. Collecting them all is a nearly impossible goal, but the first step is to know what you're looking for. Welcome to Check the Box. Every collector has their own strategy for organizing their binder collection, but personally, I've always thought of my binders like a Pokedex. That's why in this series, I'm going to go through every single English Pokemon card ever made, one Pokemon at a time, to create the ultimate master list. It's a fun way to experience the evolution of the hobby through the eyes of a single Pokemon. In this video, we're of course kicking things off with number one in the Pokedex, Bulbasaur. Before we start, there are a few house rules for how I'm setting up my binders. These are personal choices, so I'll do my best to cover any information that would be useful if you're using this as a resource for your collection. Okay, let's start where it all began, the base set. This artwork should stir up some nostalgia for anyone who was part of the original Pokemon craze in 1999. Base set has multiple printies with slight variations. First, we have the first edition print, distinguished by the iconic first edition stamp on the left side. Next is the Shadowless version, whose description only makes sense when you compare it to the next printing, where they added a drop shadow to the artwork. This third version is the Unlimited version. Many people consider this to be the conclusion of the base set variations, but there's also a fourth print version. This is very easy to miss. The only difference is the fine print, where the copyright shows 1999 to 2000 instead of the previous 1999. As of now, TCG Player doesn't even list these as a separate category when you shop for base set cards. After base set, we move to base set 2. This is a reprint of favorites from the first three sets, distinguished by the symbol next to the artwork. The next Bulbasaur card came later in 2000 with the release of Gym Challenge, but I'm going to jump ahead to the Legendary Collection where the base set artwork appears yet again. Not only that, this set introduced reverse holos in chaotic fashion. Okay, here's where I reveal that I obviously don't own every single card. In order to track what I'm missing, I'm printing off placeholders like this for my binder. Okay, back to Legendary Collection. As I said, this set introduced reverse holos in chaotic fashion, which have become extremely desirable for many collectors. Now fast forward 20 years and we have our last base set reprint from the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic, showcasing another awesome holo pattern. Now we can get back to 2000 with the release of Gym Challenge, where we find Erika's Bulbasaur. The Gym sets also had a first edition and unlimited print. Bulbasaur's next appearance came in the Expedition base set, where the card designs were overhauled and include an e-reader barcode, which you could swipe with your Game Boy Advance or something. I don't really know, but I wouldn't recommend trying it these days anyway. Bulbasaur had two cards in this set, each with a reverse holo version. This marks the end of the Wizards of the Coast era for Bulbasaur cards. The first Bulbasaur appearance in the EX era was in Team Magma vs Team Aqua. Then on to the Fire Red Leaf Green set. This is my favorite set from this era. The artwork is awesome across the board. And this set introduced a quote-unquote reverse holo pattern that appears more like a traditional holo card. Bulbasaur had two cards in this set. Next we run into Venture Bomb. Now you might say, that's not a Bulbasaur card, but look, he's right there. There are many examples of cards where a Pokemon is indirectly featured. These are referred to as cameo cards, and it's really up to your own judgment if you want to include these in your master list. I'll discuss my approach in more details towards the end of the video, but for now let's move on to the Pop Series 2 Bulbasaur. The Pop Series cards are extremely small side sets released in the 2000s. We close out the first page of my binder with Crystal Guardians, where again there were two different Bulbasaur cards. I unfortunately don't have either of these in the reverse holo versions, which are really cool and feature the set logo. Secret Wonders follows shortly after with one of my favorite artworks. And then we wrap up the decade in 2009 with Supreme Victors. Since then, Bulbasaur releases became a bit more rare, with Dark Explorers in 2012, which also released a Build-A-Bear Workshop promo, and Shining Legends in 2017. This card saw reprints as a General Mills promo, as well as the McDonald's promo set in 2021. The number of Happy Meals I ate chasing these at the time is shameful. 2019 saw the release of Detective Pikachu, which is a really cool live action rendering of Bulbasaur, which was also accompanied by a couple of promos. Bulbasaur appears again in the Pokemon Go set along with another promo, based on the popular mobile game that came out in like 2016 or something. That same year saw an awesome promo from the 2022 illustration contest. I've never seen him happier. Of course, Bulbasaur made an appearance with all other Gen 1 Pokemon in the 151 set. Not only was there a standard card with really great artwork, reprinted as two different promos by the way, but finally Bulbasaur got some love with a full art illustration rare card. These scenic illustration rares in 151 are insanely cool. After a quick appearance in my first battle decks, introducing the first blue border cards, Bulbasaur quickly got another illustration rare card in Stellar Crown, where he's housebroken now, I hope. The last card as of making this video is a foil promo card from Scarlet and Violet, but there's plenty of room to grow with future sets. So that's it for my Bulbasaur master set list, but let's look at some exceptions I made while creating the list. Bulbasaur appears in Town Volunteers from Aquapolis, Rattata from the Pokemon Rumble set, and the Elusive Champions Festival promo from XY. I'm limiting cameo cards to one copy in my Gen 1 binders, and to that end, I'm considering Town Volunteers a Squirtle card and Rattata as Rattata. Champions Festival cards, on the other hand, are just too rare and have too many variations for me to want to put them in my master list. That is admittedly a cop-out, so feel free to handle these scenarios different in your own collection. And if you really want to go all out on your Bulbasaur collection, consider the following. This Ditto from Delta Species is disguised as Bulbasaur, and you can see Bulbasaur's silhouette in Team Rocket's Meowth and the Pokemon Communication alternate art. So that's it. Every English Bulbasaur card ever made, at least I hope. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that, so you don't miss future episodes. Thanks for watching. I'm going to continue these videos in Pokedex order, so next up is Ivysaur. Keep coming back if you need more boxes to check.